Kia ora. Welcome to Super 6 News. I'm Grace.
And I'm Sarah. In today's stories, a new crime wave is sweeping the country in the form of woolen graffiti. Scientists have invented an invisibility cloak. We help them find it, and the latest in the weather around the country. But first, a story that will turn you upside down. Your world upside down.
If you think the world is getting more and more topsy-turvy, it turns out you're right. Builders in Germany have built an upside-down house which rests on its roof. Inside there are beds screwed into the ceiling, upside-down wardrobes, and an upside-down kitchen, and even an upturned bathroom, though it's not known if anyone has tried to have a bath in it or go to the toilet. The house was built as a comment about the state of the world and has become a popular tourist attraction. Although many visitors complain of feeling sick and dizzy after just a few minutes inside, we cross now to our reporter Olivia Rose, who is with the owner of the house. How are you feeling there?
Hi, I am Alison. Thanks, Grace. I'm here with the owner of the house, Lucy, and I am very excited to be speaking with Lucy. So what made you think of this idea to make an invisible house, Lucy?
It's upside down house.
Upside down, sorry.
I decided to make an upside down house because I wondered if anybody had made it before, and no. So I invented it.
Cool. What comment do you feel... Oh, wait. Is this house easy to live in, Lucy?
No, it is not because you have... no, it is not because it's hard to go to the bathroom or cook something.
Okay. What comment do you feel the house makes about the state of the world?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness, this is really hard. I don't know what to do. What is your next invention?
I'm not sure, but I have a lot of ideas.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for listening. I'm Alison. Thank you for listening to Super 6 News. Back to you, Sarah, in the studio.
Thanks, Olivia Rose. Even watching that makes me feel like vomiting. And now for a story that is truly out of sight. Look out, Harry Potter. The world of science is catching up to the world of magic. Scientists in Europe have created a 3D invisibility cloak which can hide objects by blending light waves. It has been found that light can be controlled using tiny crystals that make objects disappear. So far, scientists have made small objects such as coins disappear, but hope that it won't be long before they are hiding cars, planes, and even people. However, since inventing the invisibility cloak, the scientists have been having trouble finding it. As soon as we put it down somewhere, it just disappears. The inventor of the cloak said it appears that they're having trouble finding other things too, like their lunch, which they think may be underneath the cloak. What will this invention actually be used for? Hoping to see through the reasons behind the invisibility cloak, here is on the spot reporter Bailey with more on this story.
Hi, I'm Kelly, and with me is Susie, one of the scientists behind the invisible code.
Hi, I'm Susie, and thank you for joining us today.
Okay, Susie! 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 You can't see me, you can't see me. Susie. What made you invent the invisibility coat?
To steal lots of goodies.
Wow. Can you show me how the invisibility coat works?
Sure, but you'll only see my face.
I can't see your face.
Whoops. You can only see my face. You can only see my face.
What do you hope the cloak will be used for?
Probably evil crime, but mostly for fun.
What will your next invention be?
I'm going into my own invisible fashion design.
Well, that makes it very clear. Back to you in the studio, Grace.
Thanks, Bailey. And now, how's this for an interesting yarn? A new wave of graffiti crime is covering the country thanks to an underground gang known as the Midnight Knitters. These wool-waving criminals are covering tree branches and lampposts with small jerseys and scarves under the cover of the darkness. Police say this is illegal because they are being done on public property without permission, and warn that if the Midnight Knitters aren't caught soon, every tree, lamppost and traffic light in the country will soon be warmly dressed against the cold. A police spokesman said the problem is spinning out of control. They're a close-knit group of dyed-in-the-wool criminals. We are stitching together a case, but it's not seamless. There is no real pattern to the crime so far. The criminal knitters have escaped arrest and continue to pull the wool over the eyes of both the public and the police. We go now to a secret location with Ziff, who has an exclusive interview with one of the Midnight Knitters gang.
Thanks, Grace. I'm Cleo, and joining me today is in this top secret location a member from the Midnight Knitters gang. Hello, Granny Smith, and thanks for joining us. What led you into the underworld of knitted graffiti?
Well, I've been knitting since I was 16 years old.
Do you think you're...
And I want the world to be colourful.
Do you see yourself as a criminal?
No,
Why not?
because I just do artwork, no graffiti.
Apart from lampposts and those other stuff, what else do you like to graffiti with your wool?
The abandoned carnival because it's a quiet place.
Where did you learn how to knit so well?
My grandma taught me how to knit.
Thanks for your time, Granny Smith of the Midnight Knitters gang. Back to you all in the news desk.
Well, at least they'll be warm if they get caught and go to jail. Now let's have a look at the weather up and down the country with KK. What's in store?
Let's have a look at tomorrow's weather. Starting in the far north of Qatar, look out for some pretty flash flooding and raindrops as big as your head. If you're going outside, wear a hat. In Auckland, a mix of fair conditions and unfair conditions, but those are the conditions and you'll just have to accept them. There'll be no weather for the Bay of Plenty. It's taking a short holiday, but it is expected to be back for the weekend. In Napier and Hastings, the weather will sometimes be changeable and sometimes not. We have really no idea what will happen there. In Taranaki, a mild depression brings with it a very dull day, and it will be overcast, gloomy all morning. But things will cheer up by the evening, so don't worry, everything will be fine. Wellington will have another capital day there, and will be no wind at all, and the conditions will be so pleasant they'll actually be extreme. In the top of the South Island, Kaikoura can always expect to have a good day, sunny and calm and idyllic surroundings. Except for tomorrow, when the weather will be the worst you've ever seen. A real mix for Christchurch, which will have some unreasonable rainfall, some sensible wind, moderate thunderstorms, and some very angry snow. And in the lower south, Dunedin will be frosty, cold, and unfriendly until late morning when the sun will pop over for a visit. Everybody likes the sun. That's all from me. Remember, if it's raining outside, that's the weather for you. Now it's back to Grace and Sarah.
Well, that's all we have time for. We hope you have enjoyed today's broadcast.
Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again next time.
Until then, I'm Grace.
And I'm Sarah for Super 6 News.
Goodbye and no hara.